Want to welcome you to the Crypto Kingdom. Welcome to the Crypto Kingdom. This is London. We are so excited to have you tonight, guys. We have an incredible show. I'm going to be going through some very crucial details today. We're going to be covering the pricing targets that you guys aren't covering yet, okay? That we're going to explain exactly what the hit was last night. Guys, no one is talking about what the hit was. I want you to know exactly what it was, guys. It was right on that first level of the Fibonacci, on the Fibonacci extensions. So I'm extremely excited about this report tonight, guys. Please pay attention. Go ahead and subscribe. We want you guys also to definitely join that top level, the VIP membership, guys. From a desktop computer, hit join. We had over 130 members the first month, guys. Incredible investment bankers, everything from blue collar to white collar, guys. We have a lead support analyst in the form of Andrew. Congratulations, Andrew, on being our lead support analyst. And also congratulations definitely to Angel, our top supporter in the top right. You guys see that? How phenomenal, Angel, guys. And we're going to cover this top level Fibonacci, guys. This extension, we're going to get into Fibonacci extensions. So it's no wonder exactly what we hit here, guys. This huge profit, the profit marker. This was a phenomenal day, guys. This last 24 hours up 8% on Bitcoin. Then it fell down, guys. We were all over it. We were just covering it. It was a very exciting day, up to 20%, 30%, guys. Angel, I just want to show you guys. Angel is my brother, guys. 9.85K. Beautiful. I've got you right here, Angel, in the palm of my hand. It's very nice to have you here, guys. Welcome back to this stream. We're going to go through some phenomenal details today, guys. Look at the Fibonacci extensions I have laid out below. I'm going to explain exactly what happened. What did we hit? Everyone's just like in a quandary, like what exactly happened? We didn't hit a real level, guys. I hit this level. I notified the VIP in the back room. I notified them, and hey, guys, it looks like we're in an ascending triangle. That was the notification that I gave the VIPs in the back room. We might be in an ascending triangle, guys. Stay alert, essentially. So it was really exciting. Now, in terms of this first Fibonacci, guys, this 23.6, that's exactly what we ran into. That was exactly what we hit. So in terms of that, it's very exciting. The entirety of this move, guys, was a huge, phenomenal move in your altcoins otherwise. And we have hit a trajectory up 8.5% in a day for Bitcoin. Beautiful day. I know the same day it was a conference with the B word, right, with Jack and with Elon. So very phenomenal to see that. Very exciting to have you guys here this evening. And we want to talk about how to draw these extensions, guys. We're gonna get the extension tool. I want to go ahead and cover this. Go to the pitchfork. You're gonna scroll down till you hit trend-based Fibonacci's. Okay, hit that trend-based Fibonacci extension from the top. Okay, of the preceding significant move. We're gonna go from the top of the preceding significant move. We're going to click. We're gonna drag it down to the entirety of that move. Then we're gonna bring it up to the next, essentially the next pivotal point that we're gonna be looking at. You have a few different options as we would look at these. In terms of the differentiation, in terms of where you might want to have played these levels in here. Okay, these levels in here are going to be playable essentially by spreading this Fibonacci level. And shout out to all those guys coming in right now. Go ahead and hit the like button so that I know that you have arrived. I would appreciate that very much. So in terms of these Fibonacci levels, guys, you'll see that the extensions, first of all, the entirety of this kind of domain, this channel work that we've gotten into here, no one has been able to figure out like what's been going on, guys. We've been just dancing along these interim extensions. Okay, it's been a consistent march to get along these extensions right here. So you guys can draw those Fibonacci extensions yourself. We trade these all the time, guys. It's just kind of an advanced mechanism to use. I wanted to bring it out tonight because a lot of people were just kind of confused about what had gone on, and I wanted to let you guys know exactly what went on, guys. If we drop this all the way down to this most recent intermittent low, guys, right in here, this hits right in here, you guys will see this, and it's just a beautiful demonstration of the Fibonacci extensions, guys. What do they provide you on the downside? Well, they're just, guys, it's the same formula that you get into. It's the same formula that you get into in terms of the Fibonacci calculations. Okay, now they're just going to operate. It's kind of like almost like a floating Fibonacci, if you would say that. When you can extend them down, a lot of people don't do that. They want to draw a different Fibonacci from somewhere. They want to grab something. We covered that yesterday in the stream. The golden pocket below the 78.6, of course, guys. You know that. We do frequently. I frequently use them as pricing targets. Now, if we look into the kind of the detail, the microcosmic here, I'll let you know this did also formulate a very beautiful. And let's go ahead and look at this. A really strong. Let's go into the 5-minute chart. I think we'll be able to see this quite nicely. But we were just on what I notified the team about in the back, and you guys will see this. You'll see why I notified them. I notified them, and I was watching it very closely because I always want to bring you guys the most accurate information in a timely manner. And I was watching this, and I said, guys, it really looks like we're getting into some sort of an ascending triangle. And as you guys know, the ascending triangle is a beautiful, guys. It's probably the best structured. Nice to see you, 22. Nice to see you in the house. Absolutely. You're going to learn a lot tonight, 22. Make sure you pay attention. I think you're going to learn quite a bit tonight. Now, in terms of this, guys, this ascending triangle that we ran into on the downside, yeah, absolutely. I notified the VIPs of this and said, hey, guys, I don't know who's paying attention, but check this out. Looks like we're involved in an ascending triangle. Guys, I also sent out a tweet during this time, and people don't know this exactly. I sent out a tweet during this time showing a bull flag on the gold chart. Did you guys know this? I sent out a bull chart, guys, a bull flag on the gold chart. I want you guys to pay attention to this. Not only did I notify, first of all, I notified the VIP. Very interesting kind of a turn of events here. But this, guys, look at this. The ascending triangle. This line of support is ascending. The flat line of resistance along the top that had been established throughout the entirety of that. That gave us some momentum to the upside. But what happened? Guys, I want to show you this, and I want to discuss this in the context of the move that happened. Just all of a sudden, it was a surprise move. Guys, I'm going to tell you, I sent a tweet. I copied out to Elon. I copied out to a lot of different people. Just CC'd them on Twitter. What I did was I went through gold. I want to talk about this because gold is the alternative to Bitcoin. It is, right? So what I want to talk about, I brought up gold, and I want you to look at the monthly chart really quickly. Guys, we got a phenomenal response, I'm going to say, to that triangulation. But what we're going to look at is the monthly chart. I want you to look at the monthly chart on gold real quickly. You guys are going to be floored. Look at this. Check this out, guys. What does this look like? That kind of looks like a giant bull flag, doesn't it? It really does. Now, as you look at the difference between an investment in gold versus Bitcoin, they've been competing frequently, guys. So this was something, crack your knuckles out on this, guys. I did this. I sent out a tweet and I said, hey, Elon, hey, BlackRock, hey, everybody, yeah, Tesla, everyone involved, Jack, everybody with Twitter who's big on Bitcoin. I said, hey, guys, have you noticed on the monthly chart? Hello. Have you noticed on the monthly chart that we have a bull flag? Yeah, I sent this out to them. Literally, guys, within 2 minutes, there was an execution of a huge order. I'm just going to say this. There was an execution of a huge order by someone in the market of Bitcoin, and they rallied Bitcoin to the upside, guys. This would be a very bullish indicator, this gold chart, that maybe gold is having a huge rebound. Maybe there's something in the works for gold in the gold market. Now, I'm not big on gold, guys. I'll tell you, I'm not big on gold, but I'm going to tell you that's not my choice of investment. I love the volatility of crypto, but as you look at the bull flag in the gold chart on the monthly, I sent that out on Twitter, and the next thing I knew, just bam, someone just cranked in cash, guys, cranked in a huge order to Bitcoin. I was like, whoa, that was quite a response, huh? That was quite a response. I felt like it was a response. It was almost immediate after I sent out that that tweet. It was just very, very interesting. So as I bring that up, it's just what a phenomenal, interesting thing to have transpire. If you could put yourself in my shoes, I sent out a gold chart. I never do that, guys. I was just poking around. I wanted to find, okay, what's the competition? What's going on with the market? We're trying to see if we're going up or down to what level. And I sent this out. And guys, I copied Tesla. I copy, I CC these guys. I CC all these guys. I don't know if they get it. Maybe they have a wrecking crew in the back. There's another one of these tweets. I don't know. But when I sent this out within 2-3 minutes, just boom, and we do, it was just on the Bitcoin market, not on gold, on Bitcoin market. So someone may be pulling the trigger at the right time. I'm going to tell you in terms of dissemination of information, etc. Because thousands of people will see our tweets from time to time. I'm not sure that could have been viewed as something that could have scared people off. I didn't mean it like that at all. I just said, like, heads up, you guys, you bulls out there, are you there? Right? You bulls, are you there? So it looks like they're there, guys. I don't know how it got plugged in, but that's a pretty phenomenal story. As you look at it, like, that's pretty interesting, right? So it's really exciting for me to have done that last night. And shout out to all those groups that are doing all those heavy analytics. And we just believe that we're in this space for a reason. We try to contribute every day. We appreciate you guys being here. We understand that you could be anywhere, and we thank you so much for being here. Thank you guys for being here, for everybody. So in terms of this, Bitcoin will replace gold. I'd love to see that. That's very, very nice, and it's very nice to hear you guys speak that way. Now, in terms of let's cover this downside in terms of what did we hit? Where were we at? Okay, we were straddled immediately upon it. And guys, if you look at the correct way to it's an interfib. I'm going to say an interfibonacci kind of extension that is going to supplant, or I'm going to say it's not going to substitute. Don't take it as a substitute. It's not financial advice. But as you look at the extensions to the downside, they're still Fibonacci's. Guys, they'll still give you pricing targets. They work out phenomenally well for us frequently. Guys, if you use that Fibonacci extension from the top, the most recent strong move, guys, down, okay, to the majority of the move here on the line chart, to the extension, the full measure of that move. Then if we just tuck it back up in here, guys, if we just tuck it up back in top here to this most recent, okay, to the most recent pivot, guys, that will give you some targets, okay? And I'll say if you want to experiment with that, experiment with it. But go ahead and look at your screen. I'm going to identify right now this 23.6. That's exactly what we were sitting on. So as I work with things, as it's deciding, Bitcoin's nice to trade because it will sit there for a while. It will give us some time to do some analytics. Where is it at? What is it doing? And in terms of that, what I would say is what would we do? What would we do? What I would say is that we oftentimes are going to let's see, BTC then gold. That's nice to it's nice to hear. Not sure what's going on in the chat. You guys are loading that up with whatever you want to load that up with. If you guys like to join, you guys are welcome to join, and I welcome you guys to join. If there's any kind of disruption or anything like that, we'll just definitely take care of you. We might even, I don't know, we might even turn you into YouTube. We're not into that. So in terms of that, what I say right now, after that hit at the 23.6, it looks like we're trying to formulate a somewhat of something that could be a little bit bullish. I want to talk about this, guys. I want to talk about this formation, whether or not it could be bullish. We're going to want to watch this develop. I'm currently on the hourly chart, right? I'm on the hourly chart. We're trying to see exactly how this formation is going to come out, how it's going to play. At this point, it could be either a pennant. You guys know the progression. Either a pennant, okay? We're going to say either it's a pennant or it's going to turn into a bull flag, guys. We are day traders. We are involved in this all day long, guys. We love the back rooms. We're constantly sharing charts. It's just what we choose to do. Had a great conversation with Angel, who absolutely killed it, guys. He had a huge day. He went heavy, guys. He went heavy. He took a look at the backroom chats. I confirmed that with him in terms of my posts on Bitcoin. That's the market leader. You guys know you'll have phenomenal results typically in your alt. Sometimes Bitcoin will let's see, you'll be dealt with appropriately. If you're not what is this? Psycho fan. I don't know what this is. I'm not sure what all we got. This is some weird people hopping in and out, etc. So what we'll do is we'll focus on I do have the moderator controls with me today. I want to make sure everybody's kind of protected in terms of the discussion, everything else that's going on. We want to focus on price action. That's all we want to focus on, guys. That's our main key goal here, is to make money. Anyone who would have time for anything else, I really don't understand that. Honestly, if you're not, if you have full time to dedicate to something else that's not doing well in the crypto market, I have no idea what you're dedicating your time to, but it's not doing well, guys. You guys aren't doing very well. I think that's why you guys have extra time. So in terms of this, let's look at this. We'll watch this develop, and it'll be exciting for us to see how this chooses to develop. It's just going to be another another formation that I'll probably ultimately get to the VIP in the back room. We just really appreciate you guys being there, and everybody. Josh, it was nice to see your charts today. Jay Suave, nice to see you as well back there. As we look at this, there's a little bit of a different expression, as there is always on the 5 minute versus the hourly. This has been traded kind of heavily, I'll say, in line with, we went through these diagnostics, guys. Let's zoom out before we get into the kind of the nano version here, into the microscopic. Let's zoom out and look at what we've been kind of battling here. Let's go through the most recent. I want to go to the hourly. I want to go onto the candlesticks. Okay, I want to go into what we've kind of determined. First of all, we do know that we were involved in somewhat of a maybe still, guys, an expanding wedge. Okay, those lines, that line of support, the line of resistance, have pretty much definitely held along the line of support. What I'm going to say is we have glided out into these other Fibonacci's. I'm going to say whether or not you identify these Fibonacci's with the extensions, which I encourage you guys to look at, or whether or not they're just traditional Fibonacci's, the retracements that you're going to essentially deploy. I'm going to say deploy along the lines of, like, say, your most recent intermittent. If we would look at the intermittent low here. Let's look at the intermittent low here on the standard Fibonacci. Let me go ahead and pull those up. Went into a little bit differentiated a speed resistance fan. I was playing with those earlier. I think that they're highly relevant right now. I don't know who has chosen to get into resistance fans, but I think they're very, very relevant right now. If you would want to get into a resistance fan, I think it would be a very interesting time to designate somewhat of a resistance fan. Where exactly are you encountering your resistance, guys? We have a lot of resistance in and around what area right now? Okay, we have a lot of resistance in and along this area, and I'll bring that up before I get into this descending triangle, guys. This descending triangle. Now, aside from the support line of the expanding expanding wedge, which is a very bearish pattern, guys, very bearish pattern. I'm going to let you guys know that resistance line right here, it just does not want to be beat, guys. We're currently along that right now. Exactly what I stated yesterday in terms of the descending triangle. You guys know that. Exactly what we determined in terms of that, or what we had brought to your attention, that descending triangle. You guys know. Absolutely. We discussed that heavily. Now, what did you get from that descending triangle? Guys, you were able to, essentially, I think you were able to scale into kind of a take zone. I think that was a real important take zone that you guys looked at. That take zone was just phenomenal trading, guys. From the get-go, we just day traded it all morning. We had a great time. But this, if we were to look at this and expand this even below, I'm willing to be flexible a little bit with these lines right now. But I do want to, talk. I talked about the resistance line, essentially the we talk about the the resistance module, etc. What will we say here? Let me go ahead and look at the side stream, see if anyone has any questions at all. But what we're going to talk about is, we drew this yesterday, and I think it's very poignant that we have further completed what we discussed yesterday, guys. We are in a descending triangle. Okay, now we have a strong line of resistance here that it's just creeping up along the top. The typical saying is, the more time you spend along a resistance, you'll want to break through that resistance, guys. In this instance, it's still part of a descending triangle. Those are very difficult to beat. I'm not going to say that we cannot beat them, but what I'm going to say is that, in line with the drop into the descending triangle, we have a bounce to the upside. Now we have another bounce, a confirmation to this line of support. So we have 1-2 hits along this line of support. We have another hit along the top line. If this rejects and goes down, we're really going to reconfirm this descending triangle, guys. The descending portion refers to that top line of resistance. Okay, you're going to have a flat line of support and a descending triangle. They're extremely bearish, guys. They're intended to break down. So before people get too excited, I will let you know that we've been actively looking at trade potentials and trade possibilities in line with this area in here with the most recent price action, but it just hasn't been extremely conducive to entering into large positions right now. We haven't had clear formations. The bullish patterns have not been clearly designated. What's been clearly designated and defined today, aside from the phenomenal gains that you guys had, and just really phenomenal gains, guys. This was a great move, 8% to the upside, and we did call that, just so you guys know. We called that in the back rooms. We let you know we are in, and I'll just review that again. Now, within this descending triangle, guys, there's a lot of money to be made. You guys are booking positive trades. That's what we always focus on. Are you able to book positive trades? That's what we want to achieve. Now, as we get into kind of the micro approach here, I do want to let you guys know this move to the upside was predicated by me letting the VIPs know in the back. It just looks like we are involved in a somewhat of a triangulation, and guys, this would just be, an ascending triangle, a very bullish, formation. I brought it up to the VIP guys in the back rooms, and just so you guys know, it's always going to include a little bit. Let's see. We have. I find your show very informational, new to crypto. Thank you, William Carter. Nice to have you. Nice that you could show up. And yeah, we try and be the most accurate show on the planet. I tell you, we're not perfect. And in terms of all the calls or all the people, we just try and get the best group that we can together now that want to do good every day. We like that about Doge. That's pretty cool. We are focused and hammered in on Bitcoin. I'll tell you that we're having a lot of fun. A lot of the members have been around Bitcoin since about for a while. Some have been around for a while. Let me say, some of them have been around for a while. Angel, our key supporter, has been around Bitcoin since $7.50, guys. So he understands value like nobody's business, and he had a huge, phenomenal day, guys. Just a huge day in altcoins. I really appreciated the opportunity to talk with him. It was just, it was really a phenomenal discussion we had. It looks like, some of your altcoins, we can go through those. They're going to move according to Bitcoin. So as we enter into this line of this, guys, this huge line of resistance, understand this, guys. Understand that this is an indicator here. It has been about 1, 2, 3 times already. It's shown its face 3 times to us, and things have poured down, guys. We've entered into bearish territory. You guys know that. So in terms of what we can do here, what the control measure would be is we would dig in very deeply in terms of the microscopic. We would just really hammer into this and see, how is this formulating right now? Is there a possibility that we can anticipate a classic technical feature or formulation in terms of the charts, like a technical pattern that we would want to trade, right? That would be our approach. It's like, okay, I understand it's supposed to break down. Can we get a little bit more of a fine-tooth comb and really see, is there a possibility for a trade entry in a bullish regard? Now, let's discuss that right now. What appears to be kind of occurring here is somewhat of a pennant formation. Let's go into that, guys. A bull pennant, you guys know that is going to have, essentially, it's a symmetrical triangle. Okay, a bull pennant is a symmetrical triangle. Okay, and it's usually going to happen in pretty quick order. Okay, it's going to happen in quick order, and it's going to show some volatility. We would have liked on a bull pennant, guys, we would have liked there to be a real strong period in a short period of time with a high velocity, and the velocity is going to be essentially expressed by the amount of altitude that essentially the increase in the price, guys. Okay, the increase in the price over a short period of time. The more the price increases over a short period of time, that means with over a very short period of time, you're really achieving some price, right? Some positive price. That's going to indicate that you have a higher velocity. So we want a higher velocity move before a pennant. So that I'm going to say from the get-go that this looks a little bit frustrated in terms of a classic definition of what we would want to see on a pennant. Now, I do bring it up. Why? Because we have broken out of whatever, kind of, I'd say definitely what could be designated. I would want to see another hit along the bottom if we were in a pennant formation, at least 2 hits on the bottom, and multiple hits like the key in on top. That'd be one hit along the bottom, key in down on the second, clearly define that bottom, and then move to the upside. That's what I'd like to see, the classic definition that comports with, I'd say, the fundamentals of technical analysis. And you guys know we are very into the features of this book, guys. It's the Fundamentals of Technical Analysis by John J. Murphy. Guys, if you don't like the show, if you don't like anything, go get this book, please. Just as a favor to me, a favor to you, go get John J. Murphy, Principles of Technical Analysis. It is the book. I'll just tell you, there's a lot of books out there. That's the book. I do go ahead and I define this move right here because it appears as if we have broken out and achieved kind of a confirmation from this symmetrical triangle. You guys see that? Yeah, we've achieved a breakout here. We always want, before we enter into a trade, a breakout. We want a reconfirmation. That's what this hook would be, and then we want to use this previous resistance as support, move to the upside. Now we need we need another qualifier, guys, for us to achieve a high probability trade. We're going to need some momentum. This achieves some momentum, but your momentum was going to be blocked, guys. It was going to be blocked by this overriding, I'm going to say this overriding line of resistance that is indicated here. So in terms of the entirety of yesterday's show, etc. As we look at these multiple lines, sorry about that. As we look at the multiple lines of contact, these pivots that occur in line with this channel formation that was designated, guys, we just almost through. Let's go to the candles real quickly. It doesn't change too much, but we have multiple hits along that same line. Traders are going to look at that and say, well, that's kind of a trend line that we want to respect, right? So as we have frustrated into this, as we talk about the possibility of finding a bullish formation, understand we kind of got into the quick and the hurry here, and in terms of maybe this was a pennant. But I'll tell you, it was clearly indicated, although we had, okay, look at this, although we had kind of the basic structure of this descending line of resistance, ascending line of support, okay, that's going to give you kind of this symmetrical triangle look. Although we had the breakout in the confirmation here, okay, previous resistance turned as support, guys, this moved to the upside, but it was blocked. It was completely, totally, almost beautifully, perfectly blocked by the upside. If you guys are trading options, I know you looked at that as this moment is kind of a key feature in your trading. It's an interesting time to look at, whether or not we can power up through that line is going to be really crucial, because, guys, if we drop the entirety of the market, all the alts could really hammer down. You guys know that. A lot of you achieved gains today in your alts. You may be looking to take profits. It's a crucial determination that we make right now. This is going to be the key determinative right now, and I think it's good that we're live right now, because not a lot of people are live. I don't know of anyone who's really live doing heavy technical analysis, and this is a key feature. Now, the alternative I'm going to say to this is that maybe we're going to do more of a, say a stronger confirmation. This will be the one thing we want to look at, because we did achieve, and I'm going to really zoom in on this so you guys can see this triangulation here, the symmetrical triangle. Every pennant is going to be a symmetrical triangle, guys. It's essentially, as you guys look at the books on, as you look at the classical definition, and I want to discuss this because when they're compressed, they turn into a pennant. Okay, we would have liked to have seen additional hits along the downside here. We'd like a key in here, pivot. Okay, establish the resistance, a move to the downside, establish the support, a move to the top side. And then we're going to want, another move to the downside. Really defining that symmetrical nature of the pennant would be really nice, guys. Multiple hits along the support and the resistance would really define that for us. And what's a little bit complicated right now, I want to discuss this feature because this is the entirety of the next move as we watch this. We can get into the lower time frames to discuss it. But as we look at this, guys, this breakout through this line of resistance. Okay, this is Bitcoin. We're currently on the 30-minute time frame to give us a little bit more detail. This triangulation, which is trying to pierce through this line of resistance, which on the macro, guys, on the macro is the top line of the descending triangle that we're currently in. The basic, the bullet, I would say the bearish, the bearish structure, essentially combating this bullish trend that we had today. The bullish trend was up at 8%. Phenomenal gains on your alts, guys. I'm so excited that you guys had a good day. I know a lot of you booked your positive trades and your profits. Now I'm going to bring this up, and I have zoomed in because in this triangulation right now, we've broken out of this line of resistance. Okay, I'm going to define that, and I'm going to say that this is a confirmation. Okay, it may just be a zigzag along a typical line. You guys understand zigzags, you understand technical analysis very well. If this is defined as such, then we might want to define this right here, this move down here as the confirmation move. Now again, I would have liked to have seen the pennant form, in a classic formation style with the hits at the bottom, the top, the bottom, and then as achieve our confirmation on the way up. That would have been preferable, guys. The more it conforms to technical analysis and the standardized, patterns that we have been, taught, guys, that we have learned, the higher the degree of conformance. Okay, the higher degree of conformance, the higher the probability trade for us. Okay, so that's very exciting for us to look, in terms of, when something perfectly conforms, we're going to say this is exactly what we need, right? This is a higher probability trade. Look, it's just textbook, so that's what we're looking for in regards to technical confirmation. Not the alternative, which right now is, let's say that we disregard, and guys, this is the descending triangle that we're discussing currently on Bitcoin, guys. And we have covered, guys, we're the only group that call the top with anybody. I don't know anybody else who called the top. So if you're looking for accurate information, I think you have found the right place. In fact, we should probably just tell people that right off the get-go. We were the ones who, we're teaching people, calling the top, teaching technical analysis and calling the top. I'd say as an alternative here, we may have something, it gets really messy, guys. If you're trying to define something that looks like it could function in a bullish regard, it's going to be a little bit difficult. I'm going to say it's going to be quite difficult to get involved in something that's going to look bullish at this point. If we go with this routine and it just, it's just a trajectory up to the top and trying to pierce over. It'll be interesting to see how this develops, guys, because it may just be trying to crawl the wall over this line of resistance and see what it can do. It'd be very interesting to see that. I'm not sure that it can fit within a technical, within the technical patterning. If it does choose to do that, to the extent that it chooses to do that, that'll be history in the makings. But it's not a trade that I necessarily want to enter in. I only want trades that are of high probability, guys. That's the only type of trades that I personally want to achieve. And I want you guys to know, a lot of times I will not even get in the DM, in the chat, in the back, or anything else unless I booked a positive trade. That's just the way I am. So say what you will about technical analysis, etc. But we're booking positive trades. We have a great group, and we appreciate the opportunity to do that with you guys. Had a conference call yesterday morning, which was really nice. I appreciate the conference call with you in terms of the VIP. That was nice to chat with you guys. We also have some live chats during the evening time, which is nice. We set those up from time to time. We have little huddles for the group, etc. And it's nice. As we look at this, this wedge formation, I want to take it on the daily, guys. I want to take this wedge on the daily just to remind us kind of where we're at on the daily. We have this baseline of resistance along the top. Okay, we have that baseline of resistance. Then we have this lower line of support. Okay, the lower line of support is expanding. Okay, it's descending, but it is expanding. What we would say about that is it's a very bearish pattern. We're going to expect lower prices at some point out of the entirety of this move. Now, if it can catch, guys, if there's a threat from the gold market, for instance, we went over that. Guys, understand that gold is currently in on the monthly chart. I just want to cover this. On the monthly chart, gold is currently in a bullish, guys, I don't know how much more bullish it could be, but it's an incredibly bullishly positioned vis-a-vis Bitcoin. We have to talk about this. I know they had the B word. What was that was the the event today with Elon and Jack, etc., from Twitter. Very nice to see that interaction. I want you guys to be well informed in terms of this gold chart because I shared it last night with the VIP. And look at the gold chart, guys. I want to bring you to the monthly so that you can clearly see this. You're starting to see what it's going to demonstrate. But in terms of gold, where it could move, please appreciate the fact that your technical analysis is going to work in any market. If it has pricing behavior, it's going to function, guys. Look at this. Look at this bullish flag. This is the gold chart currently at $1,801. The gold chart is looking as if it is expressing itself, and a much more clearly defined, guys. We have this run up, this nice run up, and this is, guys, this is on the monthly chart. On the monthly chart in gold. Hello, guys. Very important indicators. You look at the ability of people to shift into gold potentially, even if you're looking at not just in regards to Bitcoin, but the market is so high right now. People are looking for a safe haven away from potentially the market. So gold may be just about to boom. To the extent that that's going to affect the market, maybe the overall stock market, the broader indexes, that would be expected. To the extent that it also affects, I'd say that it also affects Bitcoin, we would definitely want to keep, we're going to keep a very good eye on that. That bull flag there in the gold, guys, that's a big deal. I don't know, no one else is talking about that, guys. It may not be popular for crypto, but that's your key. You know, I know a lot of guys that will be happy to be reminded of that this evening as well as we watch that play out. Now, in terms of the smaller time frames, you guys can go and get your own indications. In terms of that, we can do some background work. We want to shout out to Andrew and say welcome to Andrew, welcome to Angel, welcome to the entirety of the crew, and it's just nice to have you guys here. We started a little bit later than we have previously. This I identified yesterday that we had kind of interior channels. I didn't necessarily, it wasn't, maybe it wasn't necessary. Let's go through the Fibonacci extensions on the downside. We have already kind of touched on that a bit, but the extensions can work as targets, and we covered that in the beginning of the stream. I almost encourage you just to watch the beginning of the stream if you were not here. But we're going to be covering, again here for you guys who've just tuned in, and hit that like button so that I know that you've shown up, and you were not here from the beginning. What I'm going to say, the Fibonacci extensions are going to provide you, if you're in a free-for-all position and you're in between the overall aggregate, you can either do a few different things. One thing you can do, you can look back on the chart. You can say, well, I want to use previous resistance as support, or previous support as resistance, etc. You can do that. That can be one technique to find. If you say, I want to find additional pricing targets, right? I want to find additional, let's say, levels of entry, okay, or levels of exit. You can go and you can define, let's say, previous lines of, and we have gone through this mechanism. If you're in between, if you're kind of intra fib, okay, in intra pricing targets, you're looking for something else in the middle to where you can define. We're in a somewhat of a free fall like we were. And okay, now I want to find my pricing target. I want to find my entry. You can pay attention definitely to the pricing action. That's the easiest methodology, is pay attention to the pricing action. Look for chart formations. Okay, but as we do, it's kind of an advanced feature. I want to bring this up to you. The advanced feature here. If we go to the hourly, now I just brought up the daily, so that you guys would be able to see like a previous line of resistance could formulate a line of support. So I have that designated in a green dotted line. You guys understand? That is a very classical technical analysis. I'd say a feature of technical analysis. Previous resistance becoming a support. Those lines are sometimes very well respected. I'll say that. Now, in terms of what I'm kind of teaching you guys, because it is played out now. If you disagree with it, I think you're going to be disagreeing with kind of realities as it stands, guys. It is the case right now. So pay attention to something else, because these are going to give you some additional targets to the downside, which I think are going to be very, very, very crucial for you to understand. Now, your Fibonacci extensions, guys, it's under the pitchfork. Go on to your extensions. You know this, guys. Click on your extensions, guys. Fib-based extensions. Now, you're going to start towards the top this time. Instead of going to the bottom, guys, we're going to start at the top. We're going to drag down because we want some intra fibs here. We want some extension fibs here, and one of which has caught. Guys, the first one caught. This is the 23, guys, the 23.6. The first one caught. That was your target zone. Now you have some additional target zones below based upon this rationale. If you're going to be on a free-for-all, I'm going to tell you guys, between the current and the golden pocket, guys, and I want it to recover. I want it to go through the roof. I want that very badly for the group and everyone else, for your gains. I want it to skyrocket. I think that can definitely be done if the right institutional buyers will step up. Now, some of them did step up. You guys know that, and that was nice to see last night. That was very exciting. I sent that notification of the bull flag and the gold chart, and guys, within like what was it like within like I don't know, within like 2 or 3 minutes, literally I sent that out, and within 2 or 3 minutes, literally someone just cranked a ton of cash into Bitcoin. So it was very interesting to see that. We'll get on important diagnostics we do on Twitter. We'll get thousands of views, and we do CC. We always CC everyone from Elon to all the guys that are involved in it. We just do, Tesla, any of the major holders, Sailor, whoever it is, micro strategy, etc. We'll also CC the major brokerage houses. I just do that. That's a matter of protocol. I want them to know if we're doing heavy kind of professional level, I'd like to say pro level, at least pro level, right? Pro level of analytics. I want to know, are they paying attention? Because our analytics are, I think, some of the strongest around. So as we look at this descending triangle, guys, what is going to, essentially catch you again, I'm going to say it's very interesting that we're right at that 23.6 on the downside, that extension. And if you guys have played around with that at all and found that right target point, you're going to be like, well, of course we can't miss that. It's just so clearly indicated in terms of where you got caught. Also, I'd just say on the hourly, you're right in line with where you were, okay? But it doesn't change the fact that extension caught you perfectly from this previous hitch, okay? And there's so many different time frames. This hitch is present on a lot of different time frames. This exact move is not. So you get a lot of differentiation. So in terms of what's the most solid approach for you to have, I would say that this is a very solid approach. We have walked ourselves into, essentially, guys, this descending triangle, and that's going to be a very difficult feature for us to beat, guys. You understand that descending triangles are just, the problem with them is they like to push. Let's talk about, what does that mean to push? Well, if the price were to get, let's say, push on up to here, okay, let's say the price makes it on up to there, okay, if we're able to kind of break out. Now, we haven't been 1, 2, 3 times previous, heretofore. We have used this really upon this initial kind of lock-in mode here. 1, 2, almost 3, 4, definite multiple times established in this line of resistance. Now, if the price were to achieve this magnitude here, the descending triangle is just going to push. It's going to push way sideways, guys. So this is the problem with beating a descending triangle. The bulls don't want to come to the plate. Now, at some point, guys, we're gonna establish a bull feature, a bullish pattern, and it's going to hold. Now, it would be amazing. I'm going to tell you this. It would just be amazing. I would say it would be kind of unheard of if the bullish pattern that decided to hold in the entirety of the market were this small little indication that I gave before the market rifled up, guys. I gave this to the VIP in the back room, and would love you guys to join. I don't want it to be exclusive like that. You guys can join at any point in time, and you're all about hanging out with each other and just a good community, overall community. But this small little indication right here, this small ascending triangle right here, which can, in and of itself, it's always a bullish indicator, and it can formulate the bottom. It just can. It can establish a base, formulate a bottom. So the fact that we ran into that at that 23.6 is nice to see. The fact that that I brought it to the VIP's attention in the back room, and then shortly thereafter, after I mentioned the other gold, what a crazy deal. I don't want to mention gold. Like, no one wants to talk about gold. We talk about crypto 24/7. That's what we do. The market's always open, so are we. That's kind of the way we look at it. So, but it was just uncanny because I mentioned gold. I was like, gold looks like it's too strong right now. Bitcoin needs to pay attention, and then bam, within 2 minutes of me sending that tweet, someone just cranked in for the community, for the alts, for everyone. So whoever decided to hit that button, we just appreciate you hitting that button. Very, very nicely done. Nice move, technically indicated, hugely technically indicated. So in terms of the overall reversal of the market, as we look at things, what I would say is it's just it's very difficult to predict the bottom of the market, but the indicators are going to tell us most of the time exactly what we're going to be entering into at a high probability or not. And messy formulation is something that does not conform to technical analysis, something that was just clearly bold face it flies in the face of the technical requirements of a pattern. I'm not going to trade it, guys. It can be a runaway train for as long as it needs to be until it starts to really behave on a different time frame. And typically, I'll find a time frame wherein we're going to get that expression that just the positive expression in terms of not only an indication that we're going to move to the upside in terms of the overall kind of bullish nature of things, but also in terms of the technical conformance. I want to find that technical conformance. So yes, the indication in terms of the move of the price and also the technical conformance. Unless I find both of those, guys, I'm sitting there. I'm waiting. I'm not going to chase a runaway train. That's never that's not the way we trade, guys. If you trade like that, trade sloppy, you're going to get sloppy returns. That's not what we want. So we want to achieve the best results we can, both in our own portfolio and as a group, a collective group. We want to essentially we want to reinforce that dynamic continually. That's what we want to do, and we're having really a lot of success with that. And some people may think too much success. So if that's the case with some people, I just wish them the best, irrespective of that. How about that? I wish you the best, irrespective of that. So we do have, this mid-level, I'd say, line of, a clearly indicated kind of line of, I'd say, resistance here that we have come up and also touched. That does not go without saying. It's been a number of hours that we have been involved with trying to conquer that. I did bring that up around breakfast time here, guys, Central Standard Time, U.S. Hey, I brought that up as, kind of a possibility, a clear possibility. People in the VIP are like, yes, you did, that this could just want to absolutely, frustrate to the side here. And unfortunately, that was about 12 hours ago or so. Yeah, about 12 hours ago. And it's done just that. So a lot of times we're accurate. Sometimes, we need updating consistently. We like to play through the different dynamics. Last night we talked about the strategy 1, 2, and 3. What's your backup strategies? Do you have a backup for your backup? Right. We always want to talk about those strategies, and it just has made sense. From the top of Bitcoin. I want you guys to know where you're spending your time. I mean, I don't know anyone else who called the top of Bitcoin. I just don't. Either in private session or public, etc. I don't know anyone. Literally, I don't know anyone. Okay, I just don't know anyone who called the top of Bitcoin. I just don't. We did. That's it. I did. I mean, we have, we can talk to multiple people in terms of that. Exactly, that fact is an absolute fact. So that's a beautiful fact for us. We're glad that you're here now. We're sorry if you got caught up in any of the retracement. That's not our intention for anyone to lose money. We want everybody to make money. Even the people that don't like us, we wanted to make money. You're in the market, make some money. Get in a better mood, huh? That's essentially what we look at. We're heavily on the technicals, guys. You look at the overall pattern formations here. We're going to express this within on the hourly. Let's move to the daily real quickly. Let's move to the daily. Let's look at all these chart formations that we have. Let's review the entirety of the Bitcoin price, etc., and what all has occurred here. We had bull flag after bull flag, guys. Nice run up. Just absolute technical beauty, guys. Just a huge phenomenal move to the upside. This is what made Bitcoin this year. Very exciting, guys. Let's just rewind a little bit and talk about kind of the glory day we had there. 531%. Nice move. People playing with large amounts of cash, etc. If you were able to capitalize on that top, yeah, that's what we're talking about. 500%, and yeah, that's a good market, right? That's a good year. So these were all positively expressed, guys. This bull flag here, positively expressed. This bull flag here. It caught up a bit, but it was a little bit difficult there. I remember being in those trades. It was exciting. It was exciting. It's not the market's not going to just it's not going to fold on you, right? It's gonna make you like take another card. I really don't want. Come on. Yeah, it's going to do that a little bit. The more you conform with technicals, guys, in terms of these bull flags, we can look at them on different time frames. Definitely on the different time frames, these will be more clearly expressed. This one is beautifully expressed. This one may have frustrated a little bit. I think we can be. Let's go ahead and demarcate this one a little differently. The second quote unquote bull flag that we're discussing, because we don't have that. We'd like it on almost every time frame to be really indicative of a positive trade, right? That's what we'd like. We did not really, we had this abrogation, this break in the run up, right? We didn't have the velocity we really needed. There was much more of a straight line velocity in the original bull flag here, right? So we had a repeat attempt. It looks like the bulls caved a little bit. We couldn't really establish the run up that we needed in terms of the fulfillment of the original flag. Now, what I'll say is they say flags fly at half mast. You guys know that. So in terms of that, guys, the essential here is that we frustrated along the way up here, so that was an indication that we might be in some problems. That was on the daily chart. So yeah, definitely on the daily, we want to see things real clearly. But we're still moving up, guys. You know that. We confirmed out of this. We moved up, achieved somewhat of a new high. Then we kind of got in trouble, guys. We got in trouble. We formed an ascending wedge. Then we formed another ascending wedge. This second ascending wedge was just the death knell, guys. It was the it was the clear writing on the wall. The expression of this, guys, this frustrated technique in terms of inability to form a new high was exactly what we were discussing towards this time. I'll just say towards the time right around in here, guys, towards the high. So if you're with a group right now or you're trading, we welcome you guys to trade with us. I'll say that we have a great group of traders, and yeah, they're trading all day long. We're looking at charts and people that are really committed to their personal development in the market, and a lot of people want to learn about crypto, etc., and everything from mining to trading. That's our forte. So since that breakdown, I was going to talk about bullish pattern with frustrated technical conformance. We know that we have, we worked into a bearish pattern while achieving, okay, the upward, the rising wedge is still rising, right? So achieving that rising wedge, we still achieved, and people thought it was so great. Everything else, well, we're in a rising wedge, right? We're forming a rising wedge, not so great. Okay, that's a bearish pattern. Okay, this next bearish pattern, the rising wedge, was really what threw us down into this current retracement. Okay, so that's just a review on Bitcoin. That's kind of where we're at now. As I review those previous patterns, understand the current pattern that we're in, this overall designated, and guys, it's just a very clear, okay, I'm just telling you, a very clear expanding wedge. It is, guys. Also within that, we have a descending triangle. So it's going to be, the wedge formation is going to be bearish. The same as a bull flag is bullish, guys. The same as this indicated feature right here is a bullish flag. It's going to want to go to the upside, guys. The overall entirety of this, and I know you guys probably know this, you're like, what is the timing, right? Because it's been over 60 days that we've been in the sideways consolidation. During this time, we've been looking at new coins. You guys understand that? We've been definitely looking at new coins, ICOs. We want to shout out to our new members VIP. Yesterday, we had someone join who had a 42,000% return. Okay, a 42,000% return on SHIB. Very impressive, very impressive. Osiris, very nice to have you. And it's just, it's not out of the realm of possibility. We have multiple people who got in pre-market on certain investments, and they could teach courses on this stuff, guys. I think they kind of are in the back rooms in terms of kind of the strategy and the rationale. It's nice to be around them. We appreciate you joining Osiris. Yeah, just shout out to Angel. Angel's got a good story like that, guys. A very impressive story. Yeah, a lot of people in crypto have stories similar to that. Now, as we look at this on the daily, we're going to lose a little bit of the nature of, and this is interesting, we're going to lose a little bit of the nature of this descending triangle unless we go to the candles. If we go to the candles, we went over this yesterday, we're very clearly still expressed within, and that's kind of the save clause, guys. As you look at a different chart formation with a different different patterning, be it candles or a line chart, if you turn the candles on, pop the candles, you'll get the wicks up to where you were. So sometimes we'll draw on the wicks sometimes. Why? Because typically that is going to be a mark that's going to be indicated on one of your line charts at a different time frame. Did you guys get that? Yeah, when you draw or you analyze a different time frame, right? When you analyze a different time frame, okay, you're always going to want to look at I'd say this. First of all, you're going to want to look at the differentiation between the time frames, but also just recognize that if you go to the candle wicks, that's kind of your hack through the entirety of the time frames. Okay, going to the candlesticks, the wicks are going to explain to you, guys. It's going to really explain to you the entirety of the move. So it's a hack through all the time frames. You don't necessarily need to look at all the different time frames. That's very valuable information. I hope you guys can internalize that. You can agree with that. I think that's an important facet. So as we look at this on the daily, we do lose this triangulation, okay, unless we assume that we cranked it down through this triangulation, which I think is very possible because we closed a candle underneath, correct? So we might say, well, we did break down from this, and if we want to save this like this and say yes, because I think that's consistent with what we said with the analytics that we've done, is that yes, we set a candle underneath this, which was a bad moment for everyone, and like, well, that's not what you guys want to happen in terms of your holdings, etc. Did give us an opportunity to enter into trades. So we booked positive trades. So we're seeing right now, that's the glory of this whole moment, is that, in line, I'd say in line with the positive of the price action, this descending triangle to the, if we can beat it, well, that would just be unbelievable, guys. If we can beat it, that would just be phenomenal. We would love to be able to beat these descending triangles on a regular basis. The fact that we cannot, or that it's difficult to do, guys, it's just textbook. It's a difficult, it's like a bully on the playground. It's like, there's no one to help, right? It's what it feels like. But what helps us are the pricing targets, guys. That's our saving grace. Now, we may be getting into a little bit of potentially we could try and complete. It'll be a little bit interesting to see if we can formulate an inverse head and shoulders. I'd say definitely we could be looking at what could be a left shoulder right here, the head formation. If we can touch back down to this, now you're saying if we can touch back, but it would be technically important if we could touch back down to this level and cruise to the upside. that would be phenomenal, guys. That inverse head and shoulders is kind of demonstrating itself through this reachievement back into the price action after we hit this 236 on the Fibonacci's. And you guys know that 236 was also what we used, not 236, it was actually the golden pocket, but on the extensions we did that during Doge, guys. You know that during one of the key features at the bottom of Doge, just providing information to individuals, etc. So as we look at this specific time frame, let's look at just this daily. We're right on the daily. That's essentially where we're at, guys. And it's just that is what it is. If you guys have any questions, I'd be happy to field any questions that you might have in the chat. I'd be happy to review any of this information. What we covered last night is essentially what we used to get into our trade. What was the exact pattern that we used in the back rooms that I brought to people's attention to go ahead and look at. Go ahead and look at the feature towards the bottom, and that feature was indicated as a rising guys, an ascending triangle. I'll say an ascending triangle. That ascending triangle was really a key feature. It just was, guys, of the move to the upside, and it was just it was beautifully timed with my tweet. I was happy to be able to send that tweet out, and for anyone who received that, I don't know if any investment houses or whoever may have acted upon that tweet I sent, but it was a very, very bullish tweet not that I'm bullish, but it was a very bullish indication, just an indicator on gold. I was like, have you guys seen this on the gold chart? It was very, very interesting, and I will definitely cover that again so that you guys can receive that. And repetition is the key here. And if you guys would like to continue to learn about, I'm not sure who's been here. If you will hit the like button if you've just shown up, that will help me know if I need to cover pricing targets. If you haven't seen the gold bull flag, then guys, the golden bull flag, that's on gold, literal gold, the commodity gold, guys, the speculative asset. I don't invest in gold. That's not what I do at all. But it's a competitor for Bitcoin and for the entirety of crypto. It's a heavy speculative asset that people use to as an alternative to crypto. So as I look at that, I want to bring it to your attention, and we'll cover it real quickly again, just so you guys can remind yourselves too. Maybe you've been able to pull it up right now. Let's go ahead and look at. Let me see if I can pull up gold. Let's look at this real quickly. Let's look real quickly at gold again, just to try and provide a service to you guys this evening. I hope you guys are doing well, and I hope you had phenomenal gains in the market. I'm sure that you did. You guys are generally very good traders. None of the VIPs are great traders. Some better than others, right? Probably you guys better than me. How about that? I'll just say that because I'm working with this stuff all the time. So I know you're booking hopefully more positive trades than I am. I'll say that. So as we look at this, as I'm preparing for you guys, as we look at this move to the upside, guys, a classic bull flag formation on gold in the gold market. On the monthly, a big chart formation on the monthly. Wow, huh? That's pretty impressive. That's pretty impressive. So as we look at that, guys, this descending channel is a big deal. The breakout here, this line of resistance turning into support. I sent this out in the form of a tweet, okay, to individuals, and guys, to all the individuals, the key players in Bitcoin. And what happened? Well, immediately after that happened, guys, you know the rest of the story, right? We got a huge investment. So in terms of things, we have a lot of coincidences on this channel, and I don't think there are any coincidences in life. I think they're all very, very correlated. So as we look at that, I sent that tweet out on that gold chart, and I'll mark this specific video as just kind of history of that, and the tweet is history because I sent that tweet out, and then boom, we went back up to the upside. So that was very nice. We were also sitting right along that 23.6 on the extensions. So guys, I want you to have a good night. I want you to go and work on your technicals, you VIP guys who are able to see this later. Hopefully it'll be just a good short video and a live video so you guys can plug in and look at the extension work. And I'll refer to this, and not too long, so you guys can definitely review it if you need to. The extensions, how to draw the extensions for entry-level fibs along the downside, and the bullish flag on gold. We'll just take a look at that. And you guys, I hope you're doing really well. I hope you continue to just knock it out of the park. You guys had a great day today, and there's no reason we can't have a great day tomorrow. Let's hit those targets. You guys go and book some positive trades. This is Lyndon.